everybody. How you doing tonight? Hey! Welcome to the GGDA, IGA, Game Dev Meetup, Unity Meetup, Hi-Rez, everybody I forgot, holiday party! Hey! Always good to have so many folks coming out from all different aspects of the industry, seeing folks from all kinds of companies here tonight, always great to see. We're only going to take a few minutes of announcements. The most important announcement is, yes, food is on its way. Pizza is coming, so that should be here shortly. So now that we've gotten the most important order of business out of the way, I'm going to make a few GGDA announcements. Then we're going to get announcements. I know a lot of you have announcements you want to make, and we'll do some introductions as well. I see a lot of faces here that I actually don't know, so please make a point of introducing yourself to me when we're done. Again, I'm Andrew Greenberg. I'm the Executive Director of the Georgia Game Developers Association. I'd like to start by introducing a few very cool people who are here tonight. I'm going to start with Asante Bradford before he sneaks out the door, way in back, who's the Georgia state's representative to the games industry, as well as one of our board members. We have a number of other board members here today. I'd like to introduce one of our most recent, Kimberly Starks, with Blue Reputation PR Group. You want to talk to someone about PR? Wonderful person to join us. Is Ned Coker still around, or did he sneak? There behind me, Ninja. Ned Coker, who's brand manager here at Hi-Rez Studios. I believe Mick Larkins has escaped. I haven't seen Dr. Preston. Any other board members who I've failed to introduce? All right. We do have some of our chapter presidents. We have, in the Christmas Santa hat, Paul Bartlett, who's our Atlanta chapter president. We have Rod Obando, the Columbus chapter president, Middle South Georgia. Ben Berg, who's one of the co-presidents for Athens, way in the back where I can't see. Any other officials from GGDA I missed? All right. Well, great to have everybody here. We do have some big announcements for the GGDA that we need to make. Not only do we have new board members, we're looking at a number of changes for next year. The big one is adding more membership value. Most of you here are GGDA members, and we're looking to do more things to create value for you. One of the things that's been having declining value has clearly been the monthly meetings. So good sessions, but there's so much going on right now, it's hard to make it out to everything. So what we've decided to do instead is kind of model quarterly meetings off of what we're doing in Columbus with SimFest, having one-day events that are well worth your time to come out. So I was going to announce one today. I don't see the folks who are involved with that here yet. In mid-March, right before GDC, we're going to be having some delegations of game devs coming through Atlanta on their way to the Game Developers Conference. So we're going to try and set up a day of events on how to get the most out of Game Developers Conference, how to work with publishers, how to meet with publishers out there, how to handle the publishers once you're working with them, issues like localization, working with partners of all types, and all those issues. So we're looking to do these, like I said, quarterly. If you have topics you would like to see us handle at these, or your company wants to be a part of these, we've already had a number of companies asking to help host or be involved. Please let us know. I think these are going to be great one-day events, and instead of drawing like 40 to 60 people like we get at the monthly meetings, we'll be drawing 100, 250 people max over for a day's worth of events and networking. Siege has generally been our biggest event of the year, and I do have to say we are retooling that. We're still not sure what we'll do for 2019. I know a number of you have already asked me for the dates for 2019, so get on the calendar. Siege did not make money this year. This is the first time in over a decade that it did not make a profit. So, so we are retooling it, and we're not sure yet how that will happen. If we'll just do something different this year, or if we'll put it on hiatus this year. But we'll hope to announce something certainly before spring, so that folks can save those dates. And if you have ideas of what you'd like to see, let us know. The next big announcement for us is that we're going back to the legislature again this year, because the tax credits are another issue to come and deal with one more time, so that everybody's studios can start taking advantage of them. We need to actually keep them going. So they now have a cap in place at $12.5 million, which has been hit the past 2 years. So we expect to see that hit again in 2019. That means as your studios get big enough, we want to make sure you can get a part of that credit, not have it all disappear before you can even apply. And for those companies that are here who are already taking advantage of it, there's the risk that they may not get their full allotment of the credit. So expect to be hearing announcements from us in as the legislature opens in January through March and April, as we try and get either the cap lifted, increased, removed, something along those lines. So expect to hear words about that. I love the music in the background for me. That's just holiday tax credits. There's nothing like it. The next thing I would like to announce before I turn it open to everyone else is that, yes, the Global Game Jam is going to be at the end of January again. We're looking forward to it again. And we do plan to again do our Best in Georgia competition. I know there are folks in here who've won that in the past and whose games, well, you especially, and whose games have benefited from it. Congratulations, Carter K. So the idea is that we take the best from each location of the Game Jam. We turn the teams over to local pros who act as mentors, and we then spend another month getting that game into a better state. And then we judge the one that we think is the best, most likely to do well in the market, most likely to ship well. All of those kind of things go into a Best in Georgia award, which every game that's won it, I've been very impressed by, and I think it's gone on to its own successes after that. And that's what we try to do. So with that in mind, I'd love to hear from people who are hosting Game Jam sites. And if you all want to move in here, you can move in. You can come this way. I promise not to bite too much. All right, so Game Jam locations. If you're involved with the Game Jam location, please come in and announce it.
How's it going, everybody?
Hi, Brandon.
Yeah, I'm Brandon Moss.
Brandon.
I'm the president of Kennesaw State's Game Development Club, and we are hosting the best Game Jam location in Georgia. It's January 25th to the 27th. It's a Southern Polytech campus of Kennesaw State, so 1100 South Merida Parkway. You can come to me after this and get the info. It's $25 per person, and there'll be meals provided. The buildings will be open 24/7, and it's going to be great. So come to Kennesaw State's Game Jam.
Yay! And I know they have some unique identifiers and prizes, which will be unique to the KSU location, right? You want to talk about what you're giving away there?
I wonder if I can add on.
Okay, add on to that then. Sure.
Introduce yourself. My name is Sean Weiland. I'm a producer at iThrive Games. We're sponsoring one of the diversifiers for the Global Game Jam this year. As I was telling Andrew, we're technically based in Boston. I live here in Atlanta. So I'll be on the Discord servers answering questions about our diversifier, which this year, which we haven't announced yet, is forgiveness. It's announced.
Yay! You heard it here first.
So, and we do... we work with researchers and mental health specialists on how to design for pro-social outcomes. So we had the largest engaged diversifier last year ever for the Global Game Jam. Yay. We're looking to at least do that again this year. I will see every game that you submit that has that tag on it saying that you developed for it. And I saw all of them last year too. So feel free to ask me questions. I'll be online we'll have a Discord server, but this is my face and this is who I am. Feel free to ask me about it.
Excellent. Thank you, Sean.
My pleasure.
Seat speaker, Sean. Amy Vu, are you here from Georgia State? I know she wanted to announce the Georgia State location, but I haven't seen her tonight. But Georgia State's planning location, I tend to take it for granted that SCAD Atlanta will have a location, as well as SCAD Savannah, for anyone who wants to go down there. Is Columbus going to have a location? No? All right, good enough. And with that, we'll open up to anyone else who has announcements they would like to share with anybody. I know a few of you had already asked me about the chance to recruit and so on. And I'm actually not seeing any of those folks here now.
Ran away.
Okay. No one else has announcements about job openings or anything else they want to share? That is fine. Then we'll turn it over to our host, Todd Harris from Hi-Rez Studios. So did IGDA. Wait a minute. Are you all hiding now? You're right there when you said you wanted to make an announcement.
I did have an announcement.
You said you wanted to announce elections.
Want to announce?
Yeah.
Come on.
Hi, I'm Zane. I'm one of the board members for the International Game Developers Association of Atlanta. Wanted to announce that we're having elections. After this party, we'll be posting to Facebook and other social medias on the different pages that are associated with the IGDA and GGDA. If you would like to volunteer your time to help out with the International Game Developers Association, please feel free to fill out those forms. We'll be having elections over the Christmas break. Thank you, guys.
I'll be on the Facebook page as well and so on. Ron, you said you had where's Ron Jones? He said he had a indie. There you are.
What's up, guys? Ron Jones, Indie Cluster, Tripwire, all that good stuff. So, happy holidays. I just want to give a quick announcement. 2019 is going to be awesome, especially for indies here in Atlanta. We are providing a group rate space at MomoCon for the first time, so we're really excited about that. So before you submit to MomoCon, submit to the Indie Cluster first, so we can make that nice and big and everything like that. That, as well as memberships for next year, is what we're working on, so be excited for that.
Any other announcements before we turn it over to Hi-Rez?
All right, cool. Welcome, everybody. Happy holidays. It's great to see so many old, experienced faces in the audience and many new faces. I was talking about Dove, actually. So. It's great to have you guys. I'll keep this pretty short, and we are going to follow up with tours as well as food. So 13 years ago, we started Hi-Rez with 4 folks. We're happy that this was our best year. We're now over 450 people at Hi-Rez, so it was a great year for us, thanks to the employees here that made it happen. Looking back on this year, we did a few things. We added a new game, because we add new games like crazy. So Realm Royale shipped, and tomorrow Realm Royale will go on consoles. When you go home, you can play it tomorrow on Xbox and PlayStation 4 for the first time. Give a hand to the group that did that. We added a new platform as a studio, so we took Paladins to the Switch, and Smite will be coming to the Switch as well. Hand for that team. Richard over there helped make it happen. And also with all the growth, we just kind of split into multiple studios. We just went crazy with logos. So everyone's got new swag, but that was really about ownership. You know, we wanted to get back to that feeling of being kind of a 50-person studio when we started. So instead of being like one person that maybe feels like a cog in a 450-person machine, we wanted people to feel like they were really difference makers, right? And they were working for their own small studio. So it's a little confusing from the outside because you see these new names like Titan Forge and Evil Mojo, but that was the reason behind it. And so definitely there's quite a few. If you're from Hi-Rez, raise your hand in the crowd. So recognize those folks, and if you're not working currently, you want to be working, talk to some of those folks, because we still continue to hire. The other thing that we did was one of the new brands we invented this year was Skillshot behind me. So if you haven't been up here in the burbs of Alpharetta, just to keep it clear for you, about a block down the road is the big sign that says Hi-Rez. So that's where about 400 people work, and they develop all those games, Smite, Paladins, Realm Royale, Secret Project, and they also publish the games. So that's Hi-Rez Studios. This building is Skillshot, and Skillshot is in the esports business. So just like 13 years ago, we thought, man, Georgia could really make a difference in games. This is a big business. This thing can blow up. Really around esports as an adjacent business, we just see huge opportunity. It's already a $1 billion industry, but it's projected to have a crazy amount of growth, and Atlanta is really poised to be the hub of esports within the United States. Right now it's LA, it's a little bit of Vegas, Dallas is making some moves, but I think 5 years from now, Atlanta's going to be the place. So what Skillshot does is run esports tournaments and put content for esports over the internet. So if you think about game developers, Hi-Rez makes the game of basketball, and then Skillshot takes that, and Skillshot is the NBA, so it makes the rules and the officiating, and it's also ESPN. It puts the content out directly to consumers over Twitch. So that's what Skillshot does, and going into next year, Skillshot's going to do that for other games from other publishers, so we won't be limited to Hi-Rez Studios games. So part of the reason we wanted to host, it's warm and dry, and we'll have food, but it was really to, yeah, get you out of the rain. It's to expose you guys to this world of esports, because a lot of you have been working in games for a long time, but as you take a tour and as you meet people here, it's just a chance to kind of understand this new growth area in Georgia that I think is going to be very big. So if we just look back at the past year, a few things have happened. Number one, 5 states at the highest level have basically said, we're going to start offering esports at the high school level, just like we have state championships for football and basketball. Georgia is one of those 5 states that's going first. So the game League of Legends, Smite, and Rocket League are officially recognized as high school esports starting in the spring. Let's give Georgia a hand for that. We know at the college level, Georgia's been leading their varsity programs today. Georgia State, at Georgia Southern, Kennesaw competes. A lot of you have been big parts of making that happen. I think that's going to continue to grow. Gel, with Andrew's leadership and some other folks in here, have really helped adopt esports at the college level. And then finally, we're taking a pretty big step this year with our own games with Smite and Paladins. When you walk through, you'll see there's an area for the players to play right across the hall there. And last year, a lot of the play happened online, and it was produced here, but all the teams were playing from their bedroom, from their dorm room, etc. Well, going into next year, all of the regular season games will actually be played here. So these teams are going to be moving to Atlanta or at least relocating here for the regular season. So we're talking about 26 weeks of team orgs, 18 team orgs of 5 players each coming to this area, having an economic impact on Georgia, which is huge. So Overwatch is bringing a team here. That's great. The Hawks are bringing a team here. That's great. We're bringing 2 leagues here. So it's going to be a huge economic impact, and it's really the only missing element, because we already have great developers. We have great content producers ourselves in E-League. We have great events like DreamHack, which just saw 33,000 attendees come at the Georgia World Congress Center, and now we'll have teams. So it's going to be a big year for esports, big year for games, and I think that's all I got.
You want to talk about how folks can get involved with that? You can take volunteers?
Oh, yeah, where's Nabil? Yeah, we will. I mean, we always
drinks so we can keep talking.
We always love volunteers. Andrew and we've partnered together. The folks that worked with Siege, also many of them volunteered through our Titan program at DreamHack, and we'll have even more needs with all the events that are coming up. So,
you want to become part of it, we'll keep you involved and get you involved with them and our own events. We're going to need volunteers for each of these quarterly events as well. So
yep,
we'll keep that program going and get folks involved in lots of things. And we're trying to form still the Georgia live streaming network. So if you have a channel, we want to get everyone broadcasting. These big events will be a great opportunity for publicity for anyone who's got their own channel as well.
Yep. Now we should do some tours, I think.
Yeah, we'll do some tours. And also, there are people here from almost every studio in town. I see Tripwire, I see Games at Work, I see Hoff Studios, I see that Puzzles by Joe cat out here. I see Kerchunk. I see a bunch of studios. I see Infinite Reflections and Cartoon Network in one place.
How many studios now in Georgia total?
150.
Yeah, 150 studios, and what was the economic impact?
750 million.
750 million. Yeah.
Count them if you are a genius.
I will echo Andrew's point that it is a new administration. There's a lot of changes politically. I mean, this industry's definitely benefited from the game credit as well as the film tax credit, and that just helps promote growth. So definitely one of the initiatives is going to be keeping the education going, right, around the return to the state for that. So talk to your legislators, let them know that this is that most of them don't know that this industry is bigger than film box office.
Right.
They don't know that, right? They don't know that this industry makes permanent jobs, not people that maybe come in from production and then leave. They don't know that this industry trains people in STEM skills, which is like lighting up technologists of the future, right? For most of you, probably games is what got you into, being a digital artist or a programmer. So anyway, we can all keep advancing the ball together. So
all right. So we'll do tours. Make sure you keep networking, and food's on its way. So
right. All right.
Thanks for coming out.
Cool. Thanks.